All its glory, spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on 10 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken from about the 12. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Herbert off of play action. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling, held it to an okay gain.
Ball sits on the 10, second and 5. Mahomes now to throw. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and picked up by the Chargers. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out, for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
Here's Herbert now on second down. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return on this one as that kick's out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. They've got his man complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Open man. It's the tight end, Kelsey. Touchdown. Travis Kelsey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Number 8 on the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Try to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
On first down, Mahomes. That's going to be caught. And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Deuce is wild here. 2nd down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, This is a different type of football. Back in my day, first and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls. They were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
On second and goal, Mahomes. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Butker's kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Pulls it in at the 13.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 26.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here first and 10. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a first and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. The Chargers at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On first and 10, Herbert. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on second and 8. Herbert looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jackson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throw left side complete. That's Connor. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 16. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On Herbert, his third interception. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him up already in this opening half.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. He's got a man complete. A big play there for KC. 76 yards. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly.
And this is more of the same right here. These guys have definitely been the aggressors here in the first half. They pushed the envelope in terms of play calls, and that's reflected in the score. And now they're in a position to widen this lead.
He's got it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes our score 17-0.
Chiefs 17, Chargers nothing. Harrison Butker in a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First and 10 at their own 20.
The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, 48 yards. And the Chargers get a bit closer.
Dustin Hopkins on 48.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure at the time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. From from the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And again, it's Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They go play fake. Mahomes. Got his man complete. Moore. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Play action, it's Mahomes. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some...
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for KC. 74 yards. One thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. Get the sack on first and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at third and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
Start the drive, got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal. Now here's Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling from 8 yards out. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Mahomes will throw for it. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Ty Montgomery on the return. The Chargers take over.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw into the hands of his receiver, Guyton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
Going deep here for Allen. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Keenan Allen with career touchdown number 60. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Hopkins with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
To try again after the sack. Mahomes looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Chargers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
After the sack on first down, Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game.
and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Once more, here's Eckler. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the ball 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Running on first down, Eckler. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll get it inside the 20, and they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Herbert operating from the red zone. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now when they're running...
And my goodness, another interception. And the Chiefs are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. That is now 7 interceptions interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And now here's another interception. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And a bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And my goodness, another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 58 yards. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that
Deshaun Jackson off to the races. Touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, an 80-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead will be cut down to 14. touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Herbert on first down now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Herbert now. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Hopkins with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
And if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Working from the gun, Mahomes dancing to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. He's going to look deep for more. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
28-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. To throw on 2nd and 6. Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Now Herbert. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateraling it there. No shot. Trying to take it the distance.
Mahomes going to throw it here. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Mahomes to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Herbert going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Herbert. to Guyton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Throwing, Herbert. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Herbert. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs have just about sewn up this football game. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Back to throw, Mahomes. Now a swing pass, it's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge the secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so you don't get another one picked off.
Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. One last throw here for Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play.